Hey, everybody. Dr. John Michael Salvato, and welcome to another installment of the Inner Alchemy program, a daily program where we do our very best to bring you some inspiration, some insight, maybe some ancient wisdom with a modern application to help make your day a little bit brighter and help you to live your best version of yourself. Today, we want to talk about something that I think is really interesting. Um, and so if you're watching, let me go ahead and put the comment section on so I can try and keep an eye on there. Hey, Marshall, good to see you, my brother. So what I want to do, I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get logged in. And if you're watching this for the first time, go ahead and put first timer in the comments. Um, we want to talk about something today that I think is a great way to start our week off. And I'd also love to hear from you guys during or after the broadcast if there are any topics that you would like to cover as far as living your best life. We try to keep these broadcasts to about 5 to 10 minutes so that everybody has an opportunity to plug in and watch them, whether you're watching them live at times that vary throughout the week, or you're watching them on the replay. The topic today, though, is questions and the magic of questions. You know, questions have a powerful influence in our minds, and it's because it's nearly impossible to hear a question or read a question even without considering the answer. I want you guys to think about that for a minute. If you think about a question, it's almost impossible for you to not try and come up with the answer to that question. So many statements could be easy to ignore. You know, I can tell you that, I think that today is beautiful. I could tell you that I think that Donald Trump is hideous. I could tell you that I think that liver is disgusting. And those are all statements that you can very easily take or leave. But questions can't be ignored. Questions force us to think at a subconscious level. It's really almost a magical process. So as a result, I think that questions are a fantastic tool that we can use for redirecting our thoughts, for focusing our energy. And that's part of living a magical life, right? You know, when we can ask better questions to get better results, that is half of the battle right there. Go ahead and put a comment down below if you believe, say, half the battle. If you believe that it would be great to get those questions that nag at your subconscious mind or at your conscious mind out of the way. Now, one reason a lot of people, I think, tend to feel so negatively about themselves and about their situations, about circumstances, so much of the time. And I see this in the groups that I'm part of in Facebook. I see people constantly saying, oh, I'm really feeling down, or my girlfriend, my boyfriend just left me. What can I do? Anybody have any advice? But the questions that they start asking is, are things like, why can't I ever get anything right? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with her? What's wrong with him? What's the problem now? Why can't I ever get anything done? Why can't I ever get ahead? Do any of those questions resonate with you? Have you ever caught yourself asking yourself, why can't I get ahead? Why can't I get anything done? What's wrong with her? What's the problem now? Go ahead and say I can relate in the comments down below. And let's unpack this idea about the questions that we ask ourselves and the importance of those questions. You see, questions like this are entirely negative and making a negative presumption that doesn't leave us any room for possibilities. In order for your mind to even interpret these questions, you have to adopt a negative perspective. And they force you to make those considerations from a position of weakness, from a position of disempowerment. Now, think about this. What if you asked those same exact questions in a positive manner? What would the result be? What if you said, how can I do this better? What if you said, why am I the right person for this situation? Or what's going on with her? Or what's going on with him? instead of asking what's wrong with them? What if you say, sorry, my mouth was getting dry. What if you say, what was the other question? What's the opportunity for growth or change that's happening right now? Instead of saying, what's the problem now? What's the opportunity for growth? What's the opportunity for change happening right now? Instead of saying, why don't I ever get anything done? Ask yourself, why or how can I get more done? How can I improve my finances to get ahead? How can I improve my relationship so that things go smoother? See, when we ask ourselves those kinds of empowering questions, then our minds can't help but begin to work on the solutions. And for those of us that are involved in the practice of changing the energy around a situation, I mean, that is, after all, what metaphysics, what witchcraft, what sorcery is all about. Inner alchemy is about working with the energy around a person, a situation, circumstances, conditions, or appearances, and then changing that to our will. And so one of the most powerful ways I know to do that is by asking better questions. I have a little Post-it note that used to sit on my old computer monitor, and it said, if you want better results, ask better questions. Go ahead and put ask better questions in the comment below if this is something that inspires you. And I hope it does. I hope that these daily little moments of hanging out together become something bigger than myself. I hope it becomes something where more and more people start hanging out and talking about and fleshing out these questions on a daily basis, because those are the things that allow us to find that spark within us, that outstanding opportunity for personal growth that exists in every moment. That's why we end our programs every day by saying, come back to the moment. That's where your power is. Fill that moment with gratitude, because if you can't be grateful for what you've got, there's no reason to think you're going to be any better off with more. And always remember, the best is yet to come. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a fantastic week. And remember, our program, The Brew, on Wednesday, we'll have special guest Chiron Armand, who is the owner and founder of the Impact Shamanism program. And we're really looking forward to hearing from him and hearing from some of his perspective on some of the things that are going on in the world around us today. We'll talk to you soon.